Hello, I'm so glad you can join me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today, I am making pumpkin soup. I know you're saying I've made pumpkin soup before, but I've made soup that had pumpkin in it, but this one is going to be made a little bit different. This does not have dumplings or pigtails. I know some of you say soup is not soup unless it have pigtails and dumplings. I'm sorry to tell you, this is not going to have pigtails or dumplings. But continue to watch because this is going to be made a little bit different and you are going to enjoy it. So let me show you what I have here that I'm going to make, and these are all the ingredients that's going to go into my soup except for a couple spices. So I have here some pumpkin because I said it's pumpkin soup. This is about 1.5 pounds of pumpkin. I have 1 large carrot. I have like 1/2 pound of potatoes, and I have some onion. And as you see, I have everything here diced up in cubes, and this is how it's going to be. So come over to the stove and I will show you how I make pumpkin soup. So let me show you exactly how I'm going to do this. Here I have some organic coconut oil. So I will use this. You don't have to use coconut oil. You can use olive oil if you have that. I just felt like using coconut oil. But you can use your olive oil or a little bit of butter, whichever you prefer. But I'm trying to make this soup a little bit healthy today. And I have some people that is vegan, that don't eat certain things, so maybe the vegan people would like this. Now in this oil here, coconut oil, I'm gonna add some onion. And I'm just going to saute this for a few minutes. You know how I like to see my flavors come out. To that onion, I'm going to add a little bit of thyme, fresh thyme, and saute that in there. That's looking good. Now, I'm going to add some paprika. And I know y'all say don't make, well, not y'all, my daughter always tells me. So I'm going to try to measure everything I put in here. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of paprika. I add that in there. We're trying to get the flavors here. 1 teaspoon of, oh, bottle is almost empty. This is all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of that. You mix that all in. Now these are my seasonings, guys. This is what I have in the cabinet. You use whatever you have. You don't have to use the exact same thing I have. If you have it, that's good. If you don't, you have something else that you prefer, you can use it. That's 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. Mix this up well. Now to that, to my sauteing onions here, I'm going to add my carrots. To add my potatoes. And to that, I'm going to add my pumpkin. And just, so what I'm going to do, guys, from here, my stove, I'm lowering my stove. I'm going to put the cover on this and let this just saw down for a few minutes and soften up. So I'll put the cover on it and I'll come back when everything is nice and soft. You see the pumpkin in here has cooked. See, it's mashing up, and the potatoes has cooked, the carrots is cooked, everything is cooked. So let me show you what I'm going to do next. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of here and put it in here, and this We don't need any more. This is the thyme. We can get rid of that. And I'm gonna put this in here. It's nice and soft. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it. And that water helps cool it down a little bit, because sometimes if it's too hot, pressure can just send the top blowing off. So you need to put something on, even if you have a cloth to put over there. But the water should cool it down a little bit. That's just a little bit of water. So this is what it looks like when you puree it. So I'm gonna put that in there for now. And then I'm gonna continue with the next thing. And you know, you add some water to it. When you add a little more water to it, the water helps it to blend faster. And I'm just gonna add some more water again to that. After you've pureed your soup, guys, you're gonna put it back in your saucepan and bring it back up to a boil. And guys, this soup, if you make this soup and you make too much of it, this is good to freeze. You can freeze it. And so if you make too much of it and you don't want all of it, just put a little bit in the freezer. You can use it another time. Now I'm gonna let this come to a boil, and as soon as it comes to a boil, I'm gonna add some black pepper and some salt, and I'm gonna taste it and see how it tastes first, and add some black pepper and a couple other things. So I'll be back in a minute. Once you put this back in here, this should just take like 15 minutes once you add everything to it. It should not take long at all. Alright, so to this soup, I'm going to add 1 cup of whipping cream, heavy cream. Now, if you are vegan, you will not add heavy cream. You can just leave it as it is. You don't have to add anything to it. But I'm just gonna add this is half a cup, sorry, of whipping cream, of heavy cream to your soup. And I'm going to add some black pepper and salt to taste. Now I'm not going to measure the black pepper and the salt, because you're going to taste it, and you know, it's going to be up to your taste buds how you want it to be. So I'm going to add a little salt to that. And you're going to taste it, of course. And if you need more salt, you would add more salt. I'm going to taste it, and I'm going to tell you how it tastes. Definitely need more salt. Definitely need more salt. Actually tastes pretty good, guys. And this is your pumpkin soup. Now I'm going to taste it again. I'm going to pour it on the spoon because I just ate from the spoon. It is good. It does not need another thing. It is all done. Turn my stove off, and it is all done. And guys, my pumpkin soup is all done. Here it is. And I also made some bread here with some cheese that can go with this. So let me explain this. But before I do, what you do is, this is a little bit of parsley right here, and I take my parsley and I can just garnish my soup with it like that. And that's it, guys. Voila. And that's my pumpkin soup. So over here, now let me explain this before I go any further. Now, this pumpkin soup, I added half and half milk to it, which is, you can use carnation milk, evaporated milk, which is fine. You can use that. Now, if you are a person that don't use milk, you can eliminate the milk. You don't have to use the milk. You just add water and that's it. If you're a person that like the flavor of chicken, instead of using water, you can use chicken stock instead, or beef stock, or whatever you want to use. I use water instead. So I'm just showing you that you have different options. Now this soup is something that you can make for lunch or you can make for dinner, because sometimes you come in the evening, you just don't want a heavy meal. Sometimes you just don't feel like a heavy meal. So this is something light that you can make, and you can see it didn't take very long. Once the hardest part and the longest part is prepping, is peeling your potato and your pumpkin. But once you've done all of that, and you see how I sauteed the onions and then put the pumpkin and potato and carrot in there, and then just covered it on a low heat and just left it until everything got soft, put it in your blender with some water and blend it and put it back in the saucepan. Another 15 minutes, add your salt, whatever, to make sure it tastes just right, and there you go. So this would be your dinner. So I'm gonna taste this for you, but before I taste it, look, I put this bread in the oven and I toasted it with a little cheese in there. And you can have this. This is a good dinner, and this is a very healthy soup that you have in the evening. And this is how you make just pumpkin soup. You have carrot, you have potato, you have pumpkin in there, and that's all you need. Some onion and some seasonings, and you're all set. Remember, if you make too much of this soup, you can go ahead and freeze it, and then another evening you're coming in, what can I eat? You just take it down, let it come back to room temperature, heat it up, and you have some more soup. So let me try this soup for you. It looks delicious, doesn't it? Yeah. This is what you pay a lot of money when you go to restaurants and you call for soup. This is what you pay a lot of money for. So now you make it yourself. If you go to the restaurant and say, can I have and there's pumpkin soup on the menu, and you call for pumpkin soup, this is what you're gonna get. It is good. It is very good. This is very good. And look, I have a cheese sandwich here to go with it. You can have whatever you want, just the plain bread with butter or ham or whatever you want to put, and make yourself a sandwich. Go ahead. I think I burnt my bread a little bit. Go ahead and make yourself a sandwich and make yourself some soup. Guys, I hope you can make some of this soup for your family. I had fun making it for my family. I hope you can make some for your family. Until next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you know of someone that needs to learn how to make soup, whatever, just share the channel. Just share it. Whether you know someone or not, share the channel with them so that they can also make some soup as well. I'm so glad you were able to join me today. Until next time, bye-bye.